Well, thanks for joining us, and we have to look at what stories there are, front, back page of the newspapers, but we also know that you are giving us a lot more of your messages. Do we have a couple you want to run us by?
A warning.
From ECG?
Shadow in the Boise.
Shadow?
Yeah. Why were you trying to hold my arm anyway? That's the question he's asking.
I wanted to feel her
You
warmth.
for dig God, All right, but what's happening this Friday? It's going to be massive, awesome. We're giving praises to God. We can't do it enough, really. And that's why we encourage all of you to grab ticket and join us for the Airtel Adum Praise, which is on Friday at the Perez Dome. If you're wondering where you can get ticket, well, it's almost all around you. Francophones shops at the following locations are selling the Airtel Adum Praise tickets. So you can go to the Francophones at Nkrumah Circle at Dabraka opposite Roxy Cinema, in Medina, Osu near the SNIT Hospital, Tema opposite Waterworks, Harcho opposite MTN office, or you can also call 0246 422 338 or 0249 373 787 0249 373 787 and 0302 225 651 0302 225 651. Ticket only 50 Ghana cedis, and for a limited VIP ticket is going for 80 Ghana cedis. We know the Brooklyn Tabernacle Singers are headlining this. It will be big, it will be massive, it will be awesome. Don't be left out. Airtel Adum Praise just this Friday at the Perez Dome. And also we're counting down to the Habitat Fair 2016. We've had the two mini fairs, the last one ending just last week, but the biggest event is coming up Friday 12th to Sunday 14th of August 2016 from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. If you are interested in owning a home or getting all the tips or asking all the questions relevant in you owning a home, then you want to join the Multi-TV Habitat Fair 2016, where we'll bring home financing companies, real estate developers, home furnishing companies, and landscaping, and a whole lot more. The side attractions, the ladies from Auto Centrum will be washing the cars, and you know, all car owners kind of love that. So you park your car, the ladies wash your car, and then you join the fair and explore what's available. There will also be free playgrounds for your children during the fair by Fun Kids Company Limited. Mattress and carpet dry cleaning demonstration by Dry and Wet Cleaning Systems. Multi-TV Habitat Fair 2016 is brought to you by Sethi Realty, the future of affordable living, Energy Commission, unlocking Ghana's renewable energy potential. Caspon Limited, your home of quality marble and granite. JL Properties will build you a home. Auto Centrum, love your car. Noble Realty, own a Noble property today. Heaven's Gate Estate, where your dream home comes true. Elegant Homes and General Construction, where quality meets value. To exhibit your housing products and services during this fair, you can please call 0540 106 468. That's 0540 106 468 or 0540 123 799. Mark the date 12th to 14th August 2016 at the Accra International Conference Center. Multi-TV Habitat Fair 2016, affordable housing for all. Multi-TV, just thrills. Roland.
Okay, so we have to look at what stories there are. We start with the Daily Graphic. Front page has the lead story. Okay. Political parties abandon exhibition centers, and I would want to read this. And this is summarily, this is what the story says. Political parties have shown virtually no interest in the exhibition of the voters register, which is scheduled to end on August 7th this year. This is a far departure from the gusto and enthusiasm which they exhibited during the recent registration of new voters. Of the 16 exhibition centers the Daily Graphic visited in 6 constituencies in the Greater Accra or the Accra Metropolis and the Ghana West Municipality yesterday, only one center had party agents, and the verification of the EC's verification and exhibition officials at the various centers told the Daily Graphic and its reporters that the parties had shown little interest as only a few party agents had come in and out, many of them had come in the first week, never showed up at all. We're just reading this to you for you to know. Sometimes the political parties, sometimes they don't always practice what they preach today. Conviction of Muntie Trail, problematic, but presidential pardon will represent misuse of executive power. That's according to CDD Ghana. Then we also have back page. Saboteurs pour acid on Achim Odan New Market structure. And apparently the municipal assembly is building one, and some people don't want it to be built.
So they pour acid on it?
Acid on it. Tons of acid. Or, I mean, just literally. Just large volumes of acid. That's what it means. KNUST and Legon, they've got new vice chancellors. And for the KNUST, we have Professor Kwesi Obridanso, and for the University of Ghana, the vice chancellor is Professor Ebenezer Wusodro. All right.
Congratulations to them. We wish them well.
To them. Okay. All right.
You're through? All right, let me follow up that quickly with the Finder newspaper. Front page, 8,133 child deaths associated with undernutrition. Weighing carts, this is heartbreaking for me as a mother. Weighing carts run out. Gains made in reducing child mortality under threat. Like seriously, today's Ghana, weighing cart running out. Well, a lot more heartbreaking details in the Finder when you grab the paper. HFC Bank post impressive first half results. DVLA rolls out express mobile services. We'll see for how long they can hold this one. I don't know. I'm not too confident, but that's just me. These are the headlines, front page of the Finder when you grab it.
Front page of the Daily Guide. Free as Mahama. Muntie 3 cry for mercy. Then you have Nana verifies name in Chebi, and Victor Smith goes unopposed. Okay, those are the stories we have front page.
So, you know, on the Muntie 3, I'll go from Agona says, I'm tired of this Muntie 3. It's sickly to see people wasting their precious time in discussing these people who are not fit to be discussed. That's your opinion. Let me do the Ghanaian Times newspaper front page. Parliament passes bill to check government borrowing. Muntie trio, lawyers present petition to president. Man 20 grabbed for attempted ritual murder, and fury at prisons service over diversion of donations for prisoners. This is such big news. It comes with a picture of Reverend Dr. Steve Wengam, who's the chairman of the Prisons Council. Back page, Wa School Assembly Hall left to rot, and NADMO presents items to flood victims. Let me quickly just go to page 16, just a little bit of the story, because when it comes to raising funds for the prisons, we're all involved in it. So there's a story of a possible diversion of donations. It should be a story of interest to us. And it says some prison officers divert food items and other donations meant for inmates at various prisons in the country. These officers carry away items donated by individuals and organizations for distribution to the inmates of the prisons. In an effort to stop the practice, the Prison Service Council has sent warning letters to all prison installations to check these abuses, vowing to drastically deal with those caught engaging in the practice. Shame on every prison officer who takes away donations meant for the inmates or, you know, the prison in general. If you carry the rice and the oil and the cereal and all the things that people donate to the prisons to your home and you're a prison officer, shame on you.
So yeah, that go. Front page of the Daily Dispatch newspaper. It says President Mahama rise to Shraj, denies conflict of interest allegations. We also have e-transmission of results. EC exposes Electoral Commission. And then on the back page, Lordina on cervical, breast and prostate cancer in Africa. And CPP Wahala, blame Akumfra and Ernesto for their indiscipline, according to the Vice Chair of the CPP, and Susanna Mankwa.
She's also weighing in.
Yeah, she's
oh, wow.
We have leaflets or pull-out, so to speak. Election 2016 just gives you continuation of a list of over 8,000 polling station flashpoints across the country. And then we have 125 days more to go for the main election in December. And we know the election will take place on December 7th. Very important. If you grab a copy of the Daily Dispatch, you get a pull out, you get to know the flashpoints. If you live in some of the areas, from Ashanti, we have Ofori Chrome. We also have Greater Accra, Ododo.
No, I don't know why you want to look at Ododo. Look at Ashama. Let's see the flashpoints.
No, Ashama has passed, I think. Yeah, last time I looked at Ashama.
Okay, cool.
And then we also have Who Central, and also featured Yendi and Gushego. Okay. So please make sure you grab a copy of the Daily Dispatch. It's very, very important you get to. If you live in such a community where you have one of the polling areas, you just have to vote and go home. You never know what will happen
Don't
thereafter.
stay and cause trouble. We've got a special dedication. Miss Khadija Sakwa. It's a special day for you today. It's your birthday, and Shadow in the Boss is wishing you a happy birthday to you. Okay, so I guess, okay, this one says the conviction of the Muntie 3 should serve as a deterrent to everybody to be mindful of his or her speech. Greetings to Mr. Roland Walker and you, and this from Apia Haruna.
Good morning, Apia Haruna.
Atonsu in Kumasi, we appreciate your wishes. Oh, Mother Ghana, because Parliament promised us about our utility bills, not noting charge where, okay, no, I've got to take my time and read this from La Roxing at Akim Oda. You sent a message. I don't quite get it. I'll take my time and read it. This one says, you don't read my messages. Why do you start when you don't read my messages? If President Mahama grants pardon to the Muntie Trail, then it's time to grant pardon to innocent prisoners and even Atai. Whether President Mahama grants them pardon or not, he will lose the election because these Muntie people have put him in a dicey situation. That's your opinion, Joe in Tardy, sending that message. Let's quickly do myjoyonline.com, Roland.
And so we have to go through the stories on My Joy Online. This one says EC's e-transmission was proposed by MPP. NDC rebuts. Trump hits back at disastrous Obama.
It's more like disastrous Trump.
And Ghana loses $2.6 billion annually over child undernutrition, according to a UN study. Well, we have Public Financial Management Bill addressing misuse of state funds, and we know that we'll feature that prominently in our news. And security tightened at Otafo over alleged assault by Zongo youth. We know that the youth apparently went to the chief's palace demanding weapons or guns to protect themselves. They feel that they are threatened by the Zongo community in the area because they rather wield guns and they don't. They, the residents, don't. The other side of the residents, because both of them are residents anyway. U.S. election 2016, Trump unfit to be president according to Barack Obama. And this has elicited some sharp rebuttals or responses from Donald Trump. Breakdown of governance cause of corruption in Ghana according to an expert. And we also know that this very expert, Professor Achuaye, is one person also will be dealing with or perhaps featuring prominently when we talk about his own research as he's done with the IEA, which is indicating that there's a certain steep or sharp correlation between corruption and poor wages that are paid with the workers. Okay. I'm embarrassed lawyers are calling for pardon for Muntie 3, and that's Frank Davis. Frank Davis is a former president of the Greater Accra Bar Association.
All right. Okay, so we'll do the Africa page of the BBC. South Africans are going to the polls for local elections in the ballots seen as a test for President Jacob Zuma and his ruling ANC party. And those elections happening today in South Africa. They are local elections. More African stories. When you log on to the BBC Africa page, you can take a look at the headlines and read. We've got a message on WhatsApp. This one says, good morning. It's shameful but not surprising that prison guards are stealing the food meant to be given to inmates. My question is, will they process the officers for court? Fifi Dumpson from ACM sending us that message. This one says, so small. Okay, you're mentioning Shadow. I'm taking my time because you're mentioning a product, a brand's name. That's why I'm not repeating that. So I'll take my time and read it and share. This one says, you see, when we say people are dining with the opposition MPP party, you say it's not true. Let me draw attention to some of the wrong things you're been doing? Okay. And you list a number of things. Shabu in Asankragua. This is another one that we have to take our time and read. Very political. We want to be politically correct here on the show. Aliu from Aliu Mahama Busa says, why did Oyelitha say about the threats to rape and kill the CJ? Don't you see the hypocrisy in her? Is the EC boss more important than the CJ? Okay, more questions. At least the government should intervene in Muntie's saga. So varied opinions depending on where you stand. This one says, when did Baumia become EC boss or editor general of the EC? And he's asking officials to bring the EC equipment to his house. Oh, okay. Yeah, going back to that issue. We'll come back and share a lot more of your messages. But Roland, we might want to run them down as to what they should expect here on the show today if you're watching the show.
And today we'll be looking at the very subject of people's wages they're paid, if it's good enough, and how that is linked sharply to corruption. We know this is premised on an IEA research done by Professor Achuai, I believe. And as a result of that very report or survey, it gives a certain trend of how we workers are paid lowly. As a result of that, we have a certain tendency to become a lot more corrupt. I think practically also, when you tend to do the analysis, it's a lot more. When you pay people less, they tend to find a lot more means to make ends meet.
But you'll be surprised. Those who cheat, those who are most corrupt, may not be those who are least paid.
Yes, true. That's very, very true. I mean, those who siphon the volumes, yes. Those who take the small numbers, there are many, but little drops of water makes a mighty ocean.
Well, that's a conversation we're having. But you know, yesterday I also sat down with the executive director of the same institution, the Institute of Economic, no, not IEA. Okay, so we're talking about IDEC, Institute of Democratic Governance. And we're going to bring back that conversation. We're talking broadly, generally on governance issues, mainly on the elections. We touch on every little aspect of what's happening in our country today with regards this election. So you've got to stay on for that very conversation that we had at IDEC yesterday, a playback of that here on the show.
Great. But in between, we would have spiced it with the latest sponsor we have, which will be right after. And then we'll have AM Talk, and our guests will be in the studio. We'll look at the most topical of issues. And of course, we'll be looking at issues of John Mahama and his response to the IEA. We'll also look at why the parties are not interested in monitoring the ongoing exhibition exercise. And we'll look at a lot more others as well.
And today's a Wednesday. It's AM Business.
Yes, AM Business. That will come just right after sports.
Yeah. So stay with us. Up next is Akwesi Dankwa. He's got sports right here on the show.